what is the importance for Jesus? I'm talking Jesus now, not for you and me, to perform miracles. Was it important? Was it important for Jesus to perform miracles? Was it?
Yes. Yes.
Only as a strength.
Okay. Okay. I hear yes and no. Well, think this through with me. What would have happened if Jesus would have come and never demonstrated power over sickness, disease, forces of nature, and death itself? He just would have given great philosophy, great teachings, compassion, concern, love, kindness, but he never demonstrated any power over nature. He never demonstrated power over disease. He never demonstrated power over death. We would have another Buddha.
But he did show that he was
Yes, he did show these things. So this is my point.
the ill.
Was it important that Jesus perform miracles?
It was important to perform miracles because he had to glorify his Father in love. He only needed to perform those to show his love.
If Jesus didn't perform miracles, including raising from the dead himself, that was a miracle too. But he rose Lazarus from the dead. He rose the little girl from the dead. So he showed power over death. He showed power over sickness, over congenital deformity, over demons, over nature, walking on water and calming the storms and the wind and so forth. If he didn't have any of these miracles, how would he be different than Buddha?
Well, that's like saying today we can't gain anybody's confidence.
We'll get to that in a minute. We're talking about Jesus only right now. We'll get to that in a minute. We're coming up to that question next. Okay, but first, because in Adventism, I'm going to tell you, and we're going to come to a quote that I think has been misapplied and misunderstood, that has undercut this. Yes, it is absolutely true. The character elements that you were going for, the kindness, the compassion, the lack of coercion, the online person mentioned, non-threatening approach, and so forth. These are all critical things. But if he'd have done all those things without showing the power over all these other forces, without the miracles, how would he be different than Buddha? How would he be different than Gandhi? How would he be different than, you follow what I'm saying? You read his philosophies, that's the point. He didn't have the actions that Christ did. Yeah, and so I do think it was important that Christ perform miracles to demonstrate that he was and what did he demonstrate by that? If you remember, he said that he doesn't do anything by himself. He does it all through the Father. What's he demonstrate? What was the metaphor of a ladder? Do you remember metaphor of a ladder somewhere? Jacob's ladder, metaphor, vision. And who's the ladder? And what's the metaphor trying to symbolize there? That Jesus is the connecting link between heaven and earth. And through Jesus, all the power and goodness and grace and love and etc. of the Heavenly Father flows to earth and to humanity through Christ. So it was important that Christ demonstrate that, in fact, that's true. Yes?
So the verse that applies here is that I and my Father are one. Believe me that I'm in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. So he's demonstrating through his works that he is one with the Father.
And then when we look at the types of miracles he did, all of his miracles were for what purpose?
Healing, to help.
To help others, other-centered use of power, always outward flowing, to heal, to put down demons, to put down disease, to put down death, to promote life, to promote health. So you see, not only was power being wrought, it was always wrought in one direction as well. For Christ, again, for Jesus, was it important he performed miracles?
Yes.
I think it was. I think it clearly was important. But now we're going to go to the next question. And for those who would like we've talked about this once in a while before, who would like an Ellen White quote to back up what we've just concluded by reason and examination of Scripture. Well, here's an Ellen White quote from Desire of Ages 529. It says, "In delaying to come to Lazarus, Christ had a purpose of mercy toward those who had not received him. He tarried that by raising Lazarus from the dead, he might give to his stubborn, unbelieving people another evidence that he was indeed the resurrection and the life. He was loath to give them up. He was loath to give up all hope of the people, the poor wandering sheep of the house of Israel. His heart was breaking because of their impenitence. In his mercy, he purposed to give them one more evidence that he was the restorer, the one alone who could bring life and immortality to light. This was to be an evidence, and this is the third time that word has come up here, an evidence that the priest could not misinterpret. This was the reason of his delay of going to Bethany. This crowning miracle The raising of Lazarus was to set the seal of God on his work and on his claim of divinity. So I think that just kind of confirms it was important that he do these works to demonstrate that he was the resurrection and the life, that he was the solution to sin and disease and defect, that he was the healing balm of Gilead, so to speak, that was going to be the solution for the woes of humankind.